Hi, folks, boys and girls. Let's see, it's Monday, and we've got 2 days to go until our test. So here's one of the things we're doing to prepare for it is to do this Unit 1 pre-test that we did not use earlier in the unit, and we're going to do the questions on here. It will, moms and dads, it's very similar to the test. Same format, different questions. So if they can do this, they're in good shape. If you see areas that they're not doing well on, mom and dad, ask them to come see me during, I'm offering recess time. They can eat lunch in here and do it, and star time, obviously, every day. So let's get going. I'm going to put them over here on the right side as we do the problems. I'm going to erase. So 1/6 plus 1, 2 and 1/4. The 6 and the 4 are different denominators. So we need to be able to find a common denominator. We think about their multiplication facts, the multiples, and I usually just go through the bigger number until I see a number that I know 4 can turn into 12, 4 times 3. So there's our common denominator. So 1/6 plus 2 and 1/4 will turn into 12ths for both of these. Keep the 2 whole. And let's see, we doubled 6 times 2 to get to 12. So we've got to double the numerator. So that's 2/12 is the same as 1/6. And 4 times 3 got me 12. So I need to do the 1 times the 3 on the numerator. We've talked a lot at school about ratio tables and how in one, I'll just use this last one as an example. If you know that it's going to turn into 12s, think about these ratio tables. We multiply that by 3, so in a ratio table, the other part of the table needs to get bigger by the same amount. There's your fraction, 3/12. Add those together, you get 2 and 5/12. There's our final answer. Now I'm clearing this off and doing the next one. 5/6 plus 1/3. 6 and 3 are different denominators, so we've got to think of their common denominator, and you can see the first multiple of 6 is 6. The second one for 3 is also 6. So this one stays the same. 1/3, 3 doubled, so we've got to double the numerator, 2, 6. So 5 plus 2 of the 6 is 7/6, which is enough to make 1 whole. That's our 6/6 and 1/6. So number 2, or B, 1B is 1 and 1/6. Clear that. 5/6 minus 1/3. Be careful, this one's a subtraction one. Same 2 denominators. So I'll tell you what, it's the same 2 fractions actually. 5/6 minus 2/6 that we just had. The only difference is it's a subtraction problem. So instead of adding them and getting 7/6, the difference is 3/6. 5 minus 2 is 3, 3/6. And I hope everybody sees this. It's equivalent to 1/2. You can divide both of these by 3. All right, moving on to number 1D. 1 and 1/5 minus our 3/10. Common denominators are needed, so we write out the multiples. I always start with the bigger number. Ooh, 10, nice, because this is the second one. It's a 10. So 1 and something over 10 minus, don't have to change anything there. That just all moved down to there. Let's see, we doubled the 5, so we've got to double the 1. Now, this one provides a little bit of some thinking you got to do. And we did some problems like this in class. 1 and 2/10, actually we did this in the review, mini review, is, I can't do 2/10 minus 3/10. You can't take away 3/10 from 2/10. So it's that old regrouping thing. This 1 whole, we're going to take it out and dump it into the 2/10. And I'm going to write it over here. 1 whole that I'm going to change. And I talked to the kids about this. We choose 10/10 for 1 whole because it matches our denominators. So the denominator is good, but it's not big enough. We're going to add the 10/10 with the 2/10 that's already there. So now that's why this 2 over here is going to change to 12/10. So I'm going to rewrite it. We got 12/10 minus 3/10. Still 1 and 1/5 minus 3/10, but now I've changed it to an improper fraction with common denominators. 12 minus 3, well, take away 3 is 9/10. Final answer. for 1D. All right, now basically these are the same problems. I am going to skip the step for common denominators on these 4 here and just show you what they are. And you would be doing multiples on all of these, so I'm just going to skip one step. I'm going to pretend I did the multiples for 2 and 3. It comes out to be 6. That's times 3, so 1 times 3 is 3 6. That's a half. And 3 times 2 is 6. That's the 6 over here. So that times 2 is 2. 3 6 plus 2 6 is 5 6. Let's see. 15ths is our common denominator here if I did the multiples for 3 and 15. So let's see. 3 and 4 15ths doesn't change. That's times by 5. So 1 times 5 is 5. Don't forget the 2 whole. Add the whole numbers. You get 5. 4 15ths plus 5 15ths is 9 15ths. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can divide these both by 3. So 5 and 3, 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 and 3/5. I would take either answer, this one or this one. That's the better one right there. Running out, clearing the board. Common denominator here is going to be 10 if you did the multiples for 5 and 10. 4 tenths, no change. This is doubling to get the 10 over here, so 3 doubled is 6 tenths. 6 tenths take away 4 tenths, leaves you with 2 tenths. And if you divide those both by 2, 1/5. And just, hey, I've talked about this to my students, but moms and dads, 2 over 2, we're dividing both of these, is like dividing by 1. And that's why this is equal to this, because when you divide by 1, the value is the same. And the last one here, common denominator is 16, so 10 16ths isn't changing. Oops. That's the one we're changing. 8 doubled is 16, so that's times 2. I think that's 5/8. Maybe it's 3/8. I can't, it's blurry on here. Let's go with 3. So that's 6 16ths. 10 16ths minus 6 16ths is 4 16ths. If that is 5/8, I will do that would be 10 16ths. So the problem would have been 10 16ths minus 10 16ths is 0 16ths or 0. That's only if it's 5/8. It's blurry. I can't read it. All right, 1/3 of 27, which means you're going to break, and I'm going to use the visual here, 27 into thirds. So 27 broken up into 3. This comes as just a, see, there's 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. 9 each part. There's your answer, 9. And 1/12 of 60. I'm going to break 60 up into 12 parts. 8, 9, 10, 11. And let's see, 5 times 12 is 60. So each one of these is worth 5. And if you go all the way across, 5 12s of 60. We only need 1/12. There's our answer, 5. So this one was 9, and this one was 5. Now, if this said 3/12 of times 60, 3/12 of 60, we would take 5 and do 3 of those. It would be 15. The question down here, Mark is going on a trip. He does 3/4 before he stops to get gas, is the same kind of question. You know, how far did he go until he had to go get some gas? So it's 36 kilometers. So we're going to cut it into fourths. I always cut it in half and then half again. There's our 4 parts. 36 divided by 4 equals 9. So that's 9 for each segment of the trip. He needs to go 3/4. 1/4. I put 1/4 on these. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. 3 9s is 27. So 27 kilometers before he got the gas. All right. Skip pages there, sorry. And the last couple here, I told the kids since I was 2, I use pictures to do this. 1 of 5 6 plus something. So here's 1, and let's see, I need 6. And 5 6 plus what equals 2? Well, that's all that's left to fill in, so I need 1. You could also do 2 minus 1 and 5/6, which also equals 1/6. Clear? 5/8 plus something is 3/4. Again, you could do a picture. So I know the answer is 3/4. Switch colors here. So I need 5/8 added onto that. It means I could put all these into eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here are the pieces I'm missing. Those are 2/8 or 1/4. So the answer can be 2/8 or 1/4. And I will tell you the other way to do this, which I think some of the kids will do. What plus 5/8 equals, instead of 3/4, 3/4 is the same as 6/8. You can see it that way. That's pretty easy. Got to add an eighth. Oops, I meant 1/8 there. And 2/4. All right, this is 1/8. All right. And I think that's because I did. Oh, you know what? Let me do the picture because I drew part of it wrong. My fault. So here's 3/4. If I cut it into eighths, and you do plus 5/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forgot the 5th eighth. That's the one piece that's missing. It's 1/8. Hello. And then the last one, 3 and 1/4 minus something is 1. So I'm going to draw a picture. 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1/4. How do I get down to just 1? I got to take minus something. So I'm going to switch to red here. Well, I got to get rid of this one. I still don't have 1. I got to get rid of this one. I need 1 left. I'm going to make it this one here. And I also have to get rid of that. So you say to yourself, okay, what did I get rid of? I got rid of 1, 2, there's another one, and this 1/4. I got to get rid of 1 plus 1 is 2, plus the 1/4 is 2, and 1/4. You got to go down by that. Okay. And then our last question. For homework, what's the better buy? I'm going to show you the easiest way. Ratio tables are great. 4 cans for, do that again, 4 cans for $3, or 8 cans for $6. So you could do 2 things. You can make this to 8 cans, just like this is over here, which would double the cost, which is $6. Oh my, that's the same exact one. It's a tie. There is no best buy on this one. They're the same cost. Or you could say I could divide this one by 2 and go down to 4 cans, and divide this one by 2 and go for $3. 4 for $3, which is what we had to begin with. Same deal. No better buy. A is a tie. There is no better buy. They cost the same. And then we've got this down here. I'm going to use the same strategy. 5 cans for $6 versus 8 cans for $10. And I am, let's see, I'm going to make these both $30 worth of. So I'm going to multiply that by 5. So I buy 5 packages of this. I can get 25 for $30, or I could spend 3 times as much to get the $30. And I got to have 3 times as many cans. I got 24 cans for $30. So by a hair, by just a hair, 25 cans for $30. You get 1 more can. So the better deal is our 5 cans for $6. Now you could have also done, I will do one more thing here, 5 for 6, 8 for 10. You could have done it with the number of cans. So I think you can get 40 cans each. So that's times 8. You got 40 cans for $48. Times 5, you get 40 cans here. Times that by 5 costs $50. So you're spending $2 less over here. So this is still the better buy. So the bottom line is this first one is a better deal by a little bit, not by much. And we'll talk about the rest of these tomorrow. Test is Wednesday. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.